Tasmai namaha devaya tasmai namaha. Om sahana vavatu sahanau hunaktu sahaviryam karavavahai tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidveshavahai. Om shanti shanti shanti. Hari Om. Welcome you all again for this Bhagavad Gita session. We are streaming it from Arsha Vidya Gurukulam here in Salisbury, Pennsylvania. And this was all initiated by the devotees of Hindu temple of Allentown. So it is all going on with all Sankalpa, Satsankalpa, Ishwar Anugraha, Bhagavad Kripa, Swamiji's Anugraha. And we have entered into the fifth chapter last class. And in this session, we'll continue. And we have seen 4 shlokas. And the last shloka was ridiculing the one who considers the lifestyle of sannyasa and the lifestyle of karma yoga as mutually opposing. And the one who's got that kind of a rudimentary idea, there was a ridicule about him, right? So it said in the last shloka, a fourth one in the 5th chapter, Sankhya Yoga Prathak Balaha. Sankhya and Yoga, the lifestyle of karma sannyasa and the lifestyle of karma yoga, if someone considers they're entirely different, they don't have nothing to do with each other. He's a bala. Bala means he's a bacha. Is someone who needs to do a lot of learning. He needs a lot of growth, and he doesn't have to wait. And we have seen shlokas before, and the next shloka, it kind of addresses the reason and even gives a reason why they are having the same result. Because you can ridicule someone as bala, of course, ab jante nahi, you don't know and all that, but you should also, then you are responsible to also answer him that what is that there is in common. What is that which is in common in both karma yoga, a lifestyle of activity, and karma sannyasa, a lifestyle of giving up activity? Yes, the result is same. The end goal, end result, it is the same. So this way, they are same. This way, they are taking us to the same final goal called moksha. Paramananda praptihi sarva anartha nivrittihi. So moksha is what? Sarva anartha nivrittihi. It is a resolution of all the anartha in samsara, anartha in a life of the meaninglessness, in the life of becoming, when you yourself for that which we are seeking endlessly. So that kind of a meaninglessness and Paramananda Prapti. So it's not just a nivritti, it is not just a resolution, it is not just a release, but it is also a gain. A gain of what? Paramananda. So this is the common goal, this is the common end, which both a sannyasi and a karma yogi accomplishes, and that is shown by this shloka number 5. I'll read the shloka. Yat sankhya prapyate sthanam tat yogairapi gamyate evam sankyam cha yogam cha yah pashyati sa pashyati. So yat, that, sankyehi, yat is what, that sthanam. You see the word sthanam? That sthanam, sthanam is here end. That end which is accomplished, prapyate, which is accomplished by who? By sankyehi, by karma sannyasi, by the one who has given up activities, who has taken up to a lifestyle of a resolute, a renunciate. So Sankyahi prapyate tad yogairapi. Yogai. Yoga Shabda is there. That's that same sthanam, that same nishta, that same avastha, who is also accomplishing that end, who else is also accomplishing? Yogaihi. See here, yogai is there. Yogai Shabda, it is a tritiya vibhakti, it is a third case, a plural for yoga Shabda. Yoga Shabda will become yogena, yogabhyam, yogaihi. So that same sthanam, same end, yoga also accomplishes. It should be yogi also accomplishes, right? So instead of yoga also accomplishes, we have to take it as yogi also accomplishes. So yogi, third case, plural, instead of yogaihi, it will be yogi bihi. Okay, so yogi also accomplishes, all the yogis also accomplishes the same end goal. And the next line, what does it say? I'm just rearranging the words right now. I would definitely like to say more about this shloka right after this. So wait for that. At this point, I'm just rearranging the words, and I'm on the second line now. The second line, there's the word yaha, which yaha means whichever. Sankyam cha yogam cha ekam pashyati. Yat sankyam cha yogam cha. So this lifestyle of karma yoga and lifestyle of karma sannyasa, ekam yaha pashyati, whoever sees them as same. What is the sameness with so many differences? The sameness is in terms of the result. Sameness of result. So one who sees that, yah pashyati, sa pashyati. One who sees that they are same in terms of the result. We have to complete the whole statement. It is all the same. We cannot just say that. It is all Maya. We cannot just say that. You have to mean what we say. That meaning comes out when you complete the statement. So sameness in terms of the result. Moksha. Paramananda prapti. Sa pashyati. Only he sees. So yaf pashyati, sa pashyati. Nice way. We also say that. Whoever sees this way, he only sees. He only sees what? He only sees clearly. He only sees clearly, who sees in terms of the result, both lifestyles are equal. Right? So here the Sankhya word is there. I'm going back to the shloka, just give some more details. Hopefully that might be interesting, and then move on. Sankhyahi. Sankhyahi is jnana nishtha, the one who is taken up to a lifestyle of sannyasa, or one who is established, one who is steadfast. Established is not the right word. Established, all establishments, they're going bankrupt. So here, steadfastness. The steadfast, one who is steadfast in this knowledge, that is Sankhehi, is sannyasi also. In loosely, we can say sannyasi, one who has either taken up to a lifestyle of sannyasi or one who is a jnani. And that whatever he accomplishes, prapyate, sthanam. So sthanam here is the stha word, means stha gati nivurtau. He is firmly standing. And when you say firmly standing, there's no chuta. Just like Bhagwan Achyuta, who has no chuta, who has no falling. Who has no falling. Likewise, there's no falling from this sthana, which a karma sannyasi accomplishes. For who? Also for yogair api. The api word is there. Yogair api gamyate. Yogi also. So yoga is there, but then we are going to take the yoga word as yogi. And so then if the yogi also accomplishes the same, then we have to always fill up. When it is yogi, when it is karma yoga, we have to always fill the whole blank by saying that this karma yogi, through antakarana shuddhi, by karma yoga, by Ishvara arpana buddhi, arpana buddhi, and then phala nishkama buddhi, in the sense the phala is from Ishvara as a prasada. That is the nishkama buddhi. There is no vishayasakti. There is no asakti. There is no getting swayed away by the vishaya, but taking up to what needs to be done in a given place and a given time. And so this yoga here is what? It is not regarding pranayama. It is not regarding asana. That's all good. They're all also means. But for antakarana shuddhi, direct means is karma yoga. And if you do all this other yoga, pranayama and all that, it might help. But then here the yoga shabda is the yogi, karma yogi. And then by having this kind of a Ishvara samarpana buddhi and prasada buddhi, what happens to the mind? The mind becomes so objective towards likes and dislikes. The likes and dislikes are in your own say. This objectivity towards likes and dislikes, that is vairagya. And so while see the scope of accomplishing vairagya while performing activity. And once that vairagya is there, then the focus is there. Then the focus is Vishaya Sakti, there's the Vishaya, the Indriya Sayama. So how do you know you are a good karma yogi? When your own senses and mind are available for yourself, then we can say we are making progress in karma yoga. So this is a yardstick, benchmark. So when you have more and more of your Indriya and Mana in your say, then you are making progress in karma yoga. And for having say over your mind and indriyas, how is that possible? While performing activity, we don't get swayed away by extreme sense of like or dislike and being pleased or not being pleased. In the Bhagavata, which is the next session on Zoom, you'll see how Parikshit, such a great Raja, he had so much sanyama over his indriya, over his mind and senses. He had so much say, but he also lost it at the spur of a moment. And then the whole Bhagavatam story came about. So this is how it can happen. So this is a real test for being a great karma yogi. And as I said, the objectivity is there. Then there's more focus. Then there's more Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana effect. When you listen, when you study, then there's more, the mind is more available for absorbing that study. And then you have the vision, like the sannyasi who was taken up to Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. So from that station onwards, you're going to be traveling the same train. All right? So then it'll be the same end result, right? If you're traveling at some point, you're using the same train after changing station in wherever, Amtrak and Washington, D.C. and where not, then you're going to be reaching the same place because you're in the same train. What is the train? Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasanam. Studying, understanding, and then also resolving all the doubts, and also finally resolving that buddhi of the location of I just in this body and mind and complex only, which can happen even after that. Occasionally, you only would know that. So you even work on that level, at that level, and you're free. Okay, so now how many people know this karma yoga and karma sannyasa? How many of us know that they are going to be leading to the same result? Very few of us. Maybe before this, maybe before Bhagwan said, everyone thought them to be so different, right? So most of them think they are very different. They don't have anything in common. Even if many of them think that way, even then their vision is wrong. Even if the majority thinks one way, that can be wrong, right? We all know that. So even if the majority thinks one way, it can be wrong. So even if a few people have this kind of an understanding that in terms of the result, they're the same, then they only see. That is the why, that is the F Persian, sub Persian, very bold statement. We don't care the numbers here. We only care about the correctness of the vision. F Pashyati, Sa Pashyati. That is the end part of this shloka. All right, so we'll move to the next shloka. Before that, let me just read Pujya Swamiji's translation quickly. The end moksha that is gained by the sannyasins is also reached by the karma yogis. The one who sees knowledge and karma yoga. Knowledge you can take as karma sannyasa. As one, that person alone sees the truth. So this is the fifth shloka of the fifth chapter. 5 is over. Next, we'll go to the next shloka. Sixth one. The sixth one, what is coming up? So here, sixth one is a very famous shloka. Pujya Swamiji likes this shloka a lot because of some some clarity which is brought about in this shloka, which we discuss about that, but Bhagavan is very clearly putting forth here. So, if you do karma yoga, we have been saying that this has the previous shloka we saw that both have the same end result, right? Both have the same end result, but karma yoga is not a direct means. It still is an indirect means only. So still someone might be interested in karma sannyasa. Arjuna might still think, I would take up to karma sannyasa. Like that thought is possible. Because although we keep saying same result, we always then also add something extra to karma yoga by saying it is antakarana shuddhi, then antakarana shuddhi afterwards, followed by antakarana ekagrata, focus, and then the knowledge work. So we also give this krama, we give this sequence. So how can, so even then, even if the result is same, since you are sequencing this karma yoga in this way, and looks like karma sannyasa or renunciation of activity can be a better means. It might look like that. In fact, Arjuna is one of his concerns in the beginning of this chapter was that only. And Bhagavan made it very clear. For you, karma yoga is better. First time Bhagavan said that. But still, the possibility of some rava lesha, that rava means a grain of doubt can still be there. So for that, this sloka is very explicitly saying, and what is that saying? What is this saying? Sloka saying? It is saying without karma yoga is going to be very difficult. It is not possible in a way, and we see that. If I can give you some example, in this age and time, we are at different stages, different ashramas. So someone is in a brahmacharya ashrama, someone is in a grihastha ashrama, and someone is in the vanaprastha ashrama. Say, brahmacharya ashrama means ashrama taking up to studies most of the times, predominantly. Grihastha ashrama taking up to the duties of a householder, family, spouse, children, everything, feeding the whole family, taking care of the whole family, running the show, right? That is the grihastha ashrama. And vanaprastha is after grihastha ashrama. Say when you hit 60 plus, you would be retired. You would be forced to retire. That is called voluntary retirement, right? At work also, they will try to get rid of that person. He may be very good in his job, but then he becomes so expensive also sometimes, right? With all the increments he has been getting over this past several years. So anyway, from the office job, he has to retire. Now, in our Hindu religion, we say from the life duties also, you can relax. If not retiring, at least you can relax. Put that behind, do what is minimum required, and you put your spiritual growth in the front. So this, our religion gives this sanction. It gives this leeway. Otherwise, if you give up, if you take up to these studies and all that, there'll be more guilt. If that already people who come to the ashram, who attend the class once in a while, they have this guilt that they're spending more time on spirituality more than their family. This kind of a guilt also people have. And so what I'm trying to say is, that is a vanaprastha ashrama where you can actually give more time. Our religion sanctions that, allows that officially. And then the sannyas ashrama. Now, if this person, without being a good brahmachari or without taking up to studies, good brahmachari means taking up to studies. Let us make it more relevant for us. With some focus in the brahmacharya ashrama. So, and then without performing well in his grahastha ashrama towards his duties. Say, brahmacharya ashrama, some lopa, some defects. Grahastha ashrama, lots of defects. And then in vanaprastha ashrama, again, there's some lopa, some defects. Say, if it is a case, how is he going to perform? How is he going to be a great sannyasi also, right? As you can see that connection, right? So that is why yoga here, karma yoga is being a great brahmachari, taking up to study. That is the yoga. Association with studies is the yoga. Association with the duties of the family is the yoga. So when we do these things perfectly, this ashrama, then the final ashrama can also be easier. So this is the connection which I gave an example. This is a long example I gave you, long illustration. But that has been captured nicely by our Krishna Paramatma in this shloka. What is the shloka? Sanyasastu mahabaho dukkam aptumayogatah yoga yukto munir brahma nachirena adhigacchati. Okay. So this is the thing. Sanyasastu mahabaho dukkhamapma yogatah. For a ayogata, dukkham. What is dukkham? Who is ayogata? In Tamil we have a word, ayogya. Ayogya is a very strong word in Tamil. It is not a Tamil word. Any Sanskrit word becomes a very strong word in Tamil. Karma becomes a strong word. Ayogya becomes a strong word. So, strong negative word. So we don't use that word so much. When somebody is useless, we say that in a very strong way. And somebody is not qualified, we say that. How can you say this? You are an ayogya, they say that in Tamil. So this is a very strong statement. So what I'm trying to say is, look at the last word, ayogatah. If he doesn't have the yogyata, if he doesn't have the necessary requirement, then dukkham. What is going to be dukkham? Sannyasa. That is the first word. Two. Whereas sannyasa is going to be, for the ayogata, sannyasa or karma tyaga, taking up to a lifestyle of renunciation is going to be very difficult. Look at the second line. Yoga yuktaha. For ayogataha, difficult. Then you can fill the blanks. For a yoga yuktaha, one who is associated with karma yoga all through his life. What is karma yoga? Right action and right attitude. So one is associated with that. Muni, he is called Munihi. Well, look at that word Munihi. Nice words. Bhagavan is really complimenting the karma yogi here. Then he reaches adhigacchati, very well he accomplishes, he gains. What does it gain? He gains Brahma. Brahma is here sannyasa. He kind of can relax. He is a nitya sannyasi, as we saw in the third shloka. Bhagavan is given that nice title. Nitya sannyasi only in this chapter. Don't forget that. For who? Not for a sannyasi, for a grihastha. He has given the title. Not for a brahmachari. For a grihastha, he has given the title, or anybody who is a karma yogi, he has given the title, provided you have the right attitude and perform the right action, which will elaborate again. It's not tiring, right? When we keep elaborating that right attitude and right action. We'll see that again. So, nachirena. Nachirena is what? Chira is, Chiranjeevi means a long life. That means what? Chira would mean a length. It is a measure of length. Chira is a long time. Nachirena means this person accomplishes, gains. Who? Yoga Yuktaha gains in no time. He gains in no time. Na chirena. Na is negative, right? Without much effort, without much spending of time, he would accomplish the same end like a sannyasi while being and performing in this world of activity. So here, the Mahabaho is addressed to Arjuna. Arjuna is called Mahabaho because, is one who is with mighty arms, because he is the one who is being asked by Bhagavan to take up to Karma Yoga. So Bhagavan is complimenting, Bhagavan is encouraging him, hey Mahabaho, mighty armed one. Sannyasastu, whereas sannyasa, going back to the shloka here, what is sannyasa? Paramarthika hai, samyak jnanatmaka hai. This sannyasa, which is for the sake of clear vision, and regarding, this is regarding self-knowledge, regarding your own true self, and taking up to studies of the scripture. That sannyasa. Ayogata hai. We saw the word ayogata hai. Without yoga, the one who has no yoga, one who has no karma yoga is the ayogata hai. For the ayogata hai, aptum dukkham. It's going to be very difficult to accomplish. So then you can do the next statement by yourself. For a yogataha, sukham praptam. For a yogataha dukkham praptam, yogataha sukham praptam. Just like without clay, no pot. No objects made of clay can exist without clay. So the next line would be what? That is the Vyatireka statement. The Anvaya would be with clay, all clay objects, pot, etc. are possible. So here, likewise, yoga yukta with yoga. Yoga yukta means one who is associated with yoga. What is yoga yukta? What is karma yoga? Karma yoga is taking up to Vaidika karma. That is always the definition. Here in our ashram, what we say, what is Vaidika karma? If you are married, is marriage a Vaidika karma or a Avaidika karma? It is a Vaidika karma, right? So then after marriage, whatever comes as a follow-up, all those role playings of a wife, an husband, and a father, mother, brother, sister, all this role playing are karma yoga or karma, Vaidika karma. Okay? So in that Vaidika karma, when you perform, you should have the attitude. What is the right attitude? Which I was saying several times. Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. This is an offering to Bhagavan. My actions are the archana to Bhagavan, performing this role playing, this role of all these different and in different situations, different times, different place. What the appropriate karma I'm doing, that is the real archana for Bhagavan, offering like flowers. And then the phala, there's no worry about what phala, what result I get. Because what? It is Bhagavan Prasada. When the prasada is coming towards you, you're only excited. He's bringing some prasada. The pujari is bringing some prasada. You don't care what it is. You're excited. I should get some prasada. Right? So you don't really worry about what will be the prasada, how much will he give, and is it the one which I like, or is it what I... This kind of thoughts won't come, right? So likewise, you accept the prasada. Whatever results comes. This is the yoga yukta. And this yoga yukta is called munihi. Wow. See, Bhagavan Sri Krishna said Karma Yogi is a Nitya Sannyasi in the third verse. Here he is calling you Munihi. You are a Muni. Because the word Muni would mean Manana Shila. Manana Shila is one, Manana is man, mind, Buddhi. And one who is good with his Buddhi in remembering Ishvara. So if you're very efficient in bringing Ishvara to your mind in any situation, then you are a Muni, according to the definition of the word Muni. Manana Shilaha. Ishvara Chittaya. Ishvara Chintana Dwara Manana Shilaha. And now here in Karma Yoga, are you not bringing Ishvara to your best extent? Yes, because how? I perform as an offering to Bhagavan, Ishvara, I accept as a prasada. Ishvara, Ishvara. This is for Ishvara, this is from Ishvara, right? So this kind of a manana is there, this kind of a thought is there, thought process is there. So Bhagavan is calling Karma Yogi as Munihi. So why won't we take up to Karma Yoga? And also is completing by saying Nachirena, in no time, in a very short time. And so here you see the Ishvara Munihi word also means the Karma Yogi is a Bhakta. So please, dear devotees of Ishvara, Bhagavan, Narayana, this Bhakta is the one who is a Karma Yogi. And it is so there's no parallel paths like Bhakti Yoga, then Karma Yoga, then Dhyana Yoga. This Karma Yoga is the person who is trying to remember Bhagavan all the time, Karma Yogi. So the Dhyana is also there, the devotion is also there. So this is Karma Yogi. And Brahma, Nachirena, Brahma. So Brahma word here, note it down, it is sannyasi. Nyasa iti Brahma. In the Upanishads, this word Nyasa iti Brahma statement is there. So here we have to take the appropriate meaning. Here Brahma means sannyasi. And the sannyasi, adhigacchati, he accomplishes. And what does he accomplishes? He accomplishes moksha, paramananda praptihi, not after death. It is very amangala to say that what the life is better after death, right? So we are not saying that in our Siddhanta. We are saying this is a Jivan Mukta. Here only you will be free from the sense of bondage, burden, and all that. At the same time, you will be with that freedom. You will perform in all your duties to your best level. Adhigacchati. That is adhigacchati. All right. So you know the krama, how this karma yoga goes through the preparation of the mind and then focus of the mind free of raga, dvesha, etc. And raga, dvesha is what? Mind free of getting swayed away by extreme sense of likes and dislikes. That gives an objectivity, that gives a freedom of thought, and that makes him pursue the right means and accomplish what he needs to accomplish. All right, so this is this shloka. The next shloka, let me quickly read the translation. This shloka is very often quoted because this is the shloka where it is explicitly told by Bhagavan that Karma Yoga has to be there. There's no option. So what is the translation? Renunciation of action, O Arjuna, is difficult to accomplish without Karma Yoga. Whereas one who is capable of reasoning, who is committed to a life of Karma Yoga, gains Brahman quickly. All right, so let's go to the next shloka. So who was the hero in the last shloka? The hero in the last shloka is Karma Yogi, right? And what is the name given for him? He has been given the name Yoga Yukta. Yoga Yukto Munir Brahma is given. He has been complimented as Munihi, as a Rishi, as a sage. But his original name is what? Yoga Yukta. One who is associated with Karma Yoga. So why I'm saying that? In the next shloka, which is the 7th shloka, the first word of the shloka is what? That Yoga Yukta. That person, that Karma Yogi. That is the first word here. And so let me see what is the connection here. Yada punaha ayam samyak darshana prapti upayatvena. So now, with this upaya, with this accomplishment, this karma yogi, what is he going to gain further? What is he going to be gaining further? Suppose this karma yogi, say, this is a karma yogi who has been, in this, he was accomplished. Now, does he have to give up karma, or does he have to give up action after the accomplishment? Because he has been doing something, he has been performing in his, in his ashrama, doing so well. Now, after jnana, does it mean that he has to give up all that? If he doesn't give up, won't it not be binding? Won't it not rob away that fruit of knowledge from him? Because the situations are different, people are different, of course, right? So those problems might be there. But for that, this sloka is guaranteeing. And this sloka says, once you have that, then that tool, that means is never going to desert, betray you. It's going to be there forever with you, and you're going to be performing everything without getting affected, without getting afflicted. Affected is okay. Getting afflicted, that won't be there. See the sloka. Number 7. Yoga yukto vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriyah sarva bhutatma kurvan apina lipyate. So yoga yukta hai. What did we see? Yoga yukta hai, one who is associated with yoga. What yoga? Karma yoga, not pranayama yoga or any other yoga. Karma yoga. And what is karma yoga? Right action, right attitude, with right attitude. Puja Swamiji is a short definition. I'm using it. And so this karma yoga, to be more specific, we saw Vaidika karma, right? The duties enjoined in the Veda, and we also made us all included by saying when we take up different roles, we are in some way performing what needs to be done according to Vedas only. And so all our daily obligatory duties, and once in a while there are some obligation. Sometimes we get used to performing even a good activity at a daily level, and once in a while that has to be given up also. When there's a problem at home, in terms of say some relative or somebody, if they have departed, if he's an old person and if he has departed, then you cannot do certain karma in your home, certain activity. So you should be prepared for that also. You cannot say, I'm so used to this, should I give it up and all that. Sometimes you have to do those kinds of different karmas also occasionally. That is called naimittika karma, occasional duties. So if you take up to all these duties, then you're a karma yogi, because you have the right attitude, and you know what is that attitude, and that attitude, what results? That Ishvara attitude results in Chitta Shuddhi. And what is this Chitta Shuddhi? It is given in the next word, right? Vishuddhatma. Yoga Yukta, that person Yoga Yukta he accomplishes Vishuddhatma. Shuddha Atma here is what? Atma here is, don't get confused. Atma here is mind. See, when I say I sometimes mean, if I have pain, I say, I have pain on my shoulder, say, in my shoulder. So that means I'm actually saying, when I refer to the body. Suppose if I say, I'm not feeling, I'm not in a good mood today, say, if I say that, then that I refers to mind. Likewise, this Atma word also refers to here, it refers to the mind. And what about his mind? It is become Vishuddha Atma. It is a Shuddha Atma. It becomes like a Shuddha Atma, our manager here. Shuddha Atma. So here Vishuddha Atma, it becomes so clear, this mind. What is clarity of mind? What is preparation of mind? What is Shuddhata? Purity. It is just, there's more Sattva, less Rajas, less Tamas. More Sattva. Right? More desire for knowing before doing. and less push towards just going around and keep doing something without even knowing what it is, or that is rajas, and less push towards inactivity. That is, inactivity is tamas. So this is a shuddha atma. This is the mind which is shuddha, which is pure. And so this sattva is predominant. That is why we said sattva is predominant. How do you know that? I don't know what is sattva. There's no sattva molecules. Increase in sattva molecules in terms of, compared to rajas molecules or tamas molecules. How do you know you are having more sattva? As I told you before, your mind is available for you. The mind is not going after Vishaya and not making itself lost. When you want, it's available. That is Antakarana, mind, which is Vishuddhatma. Then what else can be accomplished? If your mind is not after anger, hatred, and extreme sense of excitement and all that, then your body is also more composed. You don't get fidgety. There's a fidgety, right? And you don't just mechanically keep doing some things. That is Vijitatma. Here the Vijitatma, right? The Vishuddhatma, the Atma is mind. In the Vijitatma, the Atma is body. Your Deha is also available for you. That is the Vijitatma. We have to make that distinction, because Atma again, twice it is coming. So one is we will allocate for the body. Body, composed body means body also includes your senses. In the sense, it includes, you can take away. The body can be used to take away your senses, right? Walk away from what is not right, and things like that. Then after all this, he is also a Jitendriya. So these are the things that Karma Yogi will accomplish. Is Jitendriya. Here the Indriya Shabda means your senses and also the mind. He has won over his mind. What is winning over? It's just making it more available for you. All your senses and mind, making it more available is real accomplishment. That is a real victory, because the word Vijita means victory. And the next word is a big word. Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma. This is a superb word. What does it say? Sarvesham Bhutanam Atma Yasya. You see your Atma as you see yourself in reality, Atma, as the Atma of every being in this creation, right from Brahmaji to a blade of grass. You see them, it is all my Atma. If I might give an example, there are so many waves in the ocean, and this one wave is taking up to some study and discovering, I am water, Aham Atma, Brahma. This one wave is doing some study and discovering, some research and discovering. It might have a guru, and the guru makes this, the guru wave makes the Shishya wave see that we are all same, we are all one and the same water. And the Shishya wave is so happy. Now, the Shishya wave's Atma, the Shishya wave sees my Atma is same as my Guru's Atma. My Atma is same as the Atma of other waves also. It is, I am water, I am Atma. Likewise, I am water, other waves are water. All this shape and form and all that, they keep coming and going, but there's no destruction of myself. In terms of water, I always exist. I've ever been here. The entire ocean is also just a name. For what? For a form of water. So this is the kind of Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma, illustration for that. Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma. This is a clear vision. Once this vision is there, and then Kurvan api. See, Bhagavan says, go, do what needs to be done. You have the freedom. Kurvan api, even while doing, api means even. Na lipyate, he is not tainted. Tainted by what? Tainted by papa. Tainted by papa. So what is papa here? tainted by the phala of those karma in terms of binding you. Because once there is a, so how would this papa bind when you have this phala ichcha, the desire to accomplish only this? I'm doing this only for this reason because I like this, I dislike that. And what is your like and dislike based on? Is it based on dharma and adharma? No. I have a strong sense of liking for this. I need to accomplish this and all that. Then that phala based on that kind of an ignorance of what is dharma and adharma, ignorance of what is your swarupa, your rupa, this rupa, swarupa, you don't know that. With all this ignorance, when you have this palecha, then what happens? Bhagavan then has to set up a department for you to say that this person is doing this, but it is not the right thing for this phala. He doesn't deserve it, but he is only doing so much. He desires it. So Bhagavan has to set up a department and settle about your life, your janma for now and for later and all that. So you accomplish that particular thing. It may be a janma of an animal, it may be janma of a bird, whatever it takes. Bhagavan will take it through all this cycle. So that is the papa, that is a binding. So this person, because his now palaicha is not there, you should always fill up. You will see that in one of the shlokas. When we say palaicha rahityam, please add that also. Antakarana shuddhi is what we desire. Ishvara prasada is what we desire. That should be, we should always add that also. Then there's no lepana, there's no tainting in terms of papa. So what is the translation for this verse? Let's quickly see that. One whose mind is purified by being committed to a life of karma yoga, who has mastered the body and has the sense organs under control, and who knows oneself to be the self in all beings, sarva bhutatma bhutatma. Such a person is not affected even while doing actions. See how nicely Bhagavan is giving us that freedom if we have the right knowledge behind it. Now, the next sloka is regarding what? So, karmani angikritya vidushaha bandhaha nasti ityuktam idanim vastutaha tasya karmanyeva nasti. This is two nice slokas. We should be able to do this. Very lot of verbs are coming. You will see these two slokas are very different from other slokas. Just a list of all the verbs. But why is it all listed here? Nacha asau paramatadaha karoti ityaha. The last sloka it was told he would take up to a lot of activities, right activities, but they won't bind him. We saw that, right? But that is only according to someone else who is seeing him to be doing all this. In his own knowledge, he's free. He is not even doing all these things. In Atma, there is no karma. Okay. So in the rope, suppose if you see a snake, if you see a streak of water, if you see what else? A stick. The rope, according to you, there's a stick now. There's a streak of water now. There's a snake now and all that. The rope is not doing any of those. For the onlooker, it looks like all these things. The rope itself, it is supporting all those. This is its own ignorance is seeing all that. So likewise, this person is very clear. In Atma, in my reality, there's no karma. Right? So that is a sloka here. Naiva kinchit karomiti yukto manyeta tatvavit pashyan shrunvan sprushan jigran ashnan gachan swapan shwasan. This is the end of sloka 5.8. I'm continuing with the next sloka, 9th sloka. Pralapan visarjan grindhan unmishan nimishan api indriyani indriyarteshu vartanta iti dharayan. The first half of the first sloka, Bhagavan is saying tattvavit. I'm just rearranging the words. Tattvavit. The last word in the first line, right? Tattvavit. one who has the clarity of, the one who has this vision, yathartha vision. Yathartha vision is what? For the waves, the yathartha, jaisa hai vaisa. As his vision is what? It is all water. That is the as his vision. So that same vision, it is all Atma, Parabrahma, Paramatma. That is the only that is the Paramatma is the only Atma of all beings, including myself. My Swarupa is Paramananda, Paramatma, Swarupam. That Tattva with one who has that vision, Yuktaha. Yuktaha is what? Even with when he's associate, is Yuktaha. Here Yuktaha is not Karma Yogi. Karma Yogi only we are talking about, but here the word Yuktaha, one who has all his senses with himself. Yuktaha. So all his senses are associated with himself, and they're waiting for his orders to perform. They're not pulling him away towards objects, away from towards objects and situations. Then that person, Pashyan, even while he's seeing, so he's able to perform, and he's having this knowledge when he's having this clarity. He's a Tattvavit when he's a Tattvavit even when Pashyan, even when seeing anything, everything, what he needs to see and perform his action. Shunvan, even when he's listening, even when she or he is Prishan, when he's touching, Jigran, smelling something. See, Bhagavan is not living any verb. Ashnan, eating. Gachan, walking. Swapan, sleeping. Swashan, breathing. So I think I've jumped into the second shloka. It's a continuation. Breathing. Pralapan is talking, but here Pralapan is what? Very freely talking. Even he can make a joke. The pra word means he can even give a lot of jokes. He can be a very cheerful person. Like our Swami Pratik Badanji, whose photo is here. He was everyone who knows him, they know him to be a very jovial person, right? When he was with us. So he can be that person. Visarjan is when releasing what? When he's using the bathroom. That is what it means. Even when he's using the bathroom, he has the vision. So when does the wave knows that it is water? If the one wave, then when will it give up that? When will it forget that? Is there a scope after that to forget that it is water? No. Likewise, this jnani has the vision about his reality. Grinnan, even when he's grabbing, obtaining something. Unmishan, nimishan. What to talk about all these long activities? Even when he's blinking, closing his eyes and opening, he has this vision. I mean, these things don't affect his vision. You should take it like that. These activities don't affect his vision. Unmishan, nimishan api. Why it won't affect his vision? Indriyani indriyarteshu vartanta iti dharayan. These are the activities of my hands, limbs, and all that, and my senses, and they are the instruments. They're performing in their areas, in their own areas of color, taste, and touch, and walking and talking and doing and whatnot. And myself, myself kinchit naiva karomi iti. Myself atma akarta. Karmani akarma. I am able to see akarma, myself as just these roles not affecting me. And myself as someone who is free from all these roles. In me there is no action. While all these activities are happening as a dharma, as a duty of these hands and limbs and all whatnot, which is all within Ishvara's creation. It is all because of Ishvara's intelligence. They are all performing. And myself, I am free. I am not the one, like in a train, two trains are moving. One train is moving. You are in a stationary train, but you think your train is moving. This person knows now, he has the knowledge, he knows the other train is moving. Because if you think your train is moving And if you know that your parent, one of your parent has gone down in the station to get some snacks or something, you'll be so tensed. But you'll be thinking that he has missed, your parent is going to miss the train. But once you know that the other train is only moving, while enjoying that activity, you will start enjoying that activity. Likewise, you will enjoy the activities of the hands and limbs and whatnot. At the same time, you're free. So this is the vision which is available all through. There's no time and place when this vision is not available. Once you have it. And we are all growing towards that, growing clarity. It's not that you have to wait for that to happen today or tomorrow when and all that. After how many years? It is a growing clarity. You will see effortlessly, you will see this, and it'll grow on you. This clarity will grow on you. So having said that, we have another great shloka coming next. We don't have time for that today. We'll continue next week, which is a very important shloka also, because that kind of clarifies what is Bhagavan's vision one more time with even more powerful words. We'll see that next week, which is what? Brahmanya adhaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti. This Brahmanya adhaya karmani. This phrase is very important. Lipyatena cha papena padma patra vivambasa. Beautiful example, illustration is given regarding how on a lotus leaf the water might be there, but it won't affect. So, with an example, Bhagavan is giving that next shloka. We'll see that next week. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. See you all. Thank you all for all your messages. I was busy reading, saying, but also I was looking at those messages. We'll join you quickly in my Bhagavatam, Zoom Bhagavatam class. Today it's going to be the curse on Parikshit is the topic. Hari Om.